So now you have built many websites and you are learning from tutorials, especially when you are learning something, when you are a beginner, all the things you do in the website which you are building is CRUD. Hi guys, my name is Manjunath and in this video I'm going to talk about CRUD and what's beyond it. So if you don't know what is CRUD, CRUD means create, read, update, delete. This is the fundamental basic concept of one dynamic website. Whenever you are learning some kind of backend language or whenever you are like actually building one big enough project, that time you will come across this particular CRUD operation lot. When you are learning CRUD, you are essentially doing is you are taking input from user and storing it in database and retrieving it again whenever the user asks, and they can even perform editing and deleting operation on it. When you are learning programming, do you feel like it's different from actual real world projects which are out there on production? There are so many similarities between what you do when you are learning and how actually it is working in the production. And most of you, when you are like just beginner, you might think that whatever you are coding, it will be directly deployed to the production side. But that's actually not true. When you are learning something, you are building one simple version of whatever that needs to be built on production server. Production server is usually managed by lots of people, lots of programmers and dev teams, and all those people who actually work to make sure it's working properly in the production. But if you notice it properly, whatever CRUD functionalities you are performing in your like toy project, whenever you are learning in some project, that time CRUD will be so much simple that you are like taking input and you are saving it in the database, and whenever user wants, you are retrieving it, and editing and deleting is as usual always will be there. But in actual production world, there will be more to CRUD, and not just CRUD operation anywhere. It's all about reading the data and actually processing. That processing part is there, right? That will include lots of technology to make sure that is processed properly. Whenever user is retrieving it, that time the retrieve of that particular data happens in the way which they want it to be done. We can call it as algorithms which they place in the programming language wherever that CRUD operation happens, so that user will get relevant data. Let me give example and explain this concept. Let's take example of YouTube only. Somebody uploaded YouTube video, and when they uploaded it, do you think you will get immediately it in your home page? Actually, it's not true. You won't get it immediately. What will happen, whenever that person uploads YouTube video in their YouTube studio, that time Google server will actually process what kind of video this is and who are the target audience. That particular algorithm part is actually the difference between the application you build in your computer when you're learning and actual production application, because that algorithm decides whether to show this particular video to one person or not, or when to show that particular video. All these things make sure the production business logic works properly, and YouTube will get more and more relevant users for the videos which are uploaded. This is little bit different from CRUD, because in CRUD we are just creating and reading the data, but in this particular thing there is extra processing part which is algorithm. But now you might be thinking, why even I have to learn CRUD? Why not just learn algorithm and become expert in machine learning and all those new technologies which are available out there, rather just doing the CRUD? The thing is, whenever you are getting started, you need to know how to perform CRUD operation, because no matter how much algorithm you put in your project or website, in the end it's all about CRUD, because whatever the operations you want to perform, you need input for that, and once you taken the input, you have to send it back to the user so that user will see it. So obviously in that part, CRUD exists in all the production applications, like how you have done in your learning project. But the only difference is there is one extra step called as algorithm, which will actually process the data and show only relevant information rather just putting out all the information like how you used to do when you're learning some project. So once you have learned all these things, what's beyond CRUD? Meaning, whenever you are like learning, you will be just learning CRUD in your local learning environment. But what's beyond that? What's beyond that is something which you have to figure out. Once you have built the project using CRUD, now it's up to you to add some kind of machine learning or any other module in the middle of that particular thing. Maybe you can try some libraries which are available in npm world or some other platform where you can just take that particular input and you can process it before saving it in the database, or you can process it before showing it to the user. Especially if you are doing it in the beginning, I would recommend you to just log out the information whatever you are actually trying to achieve. Meaning, whenever user saves the data in the database, create another table, and in that particular table just make sure that action is tracked. Meaning, whenever user adds the product, just create another value in that logging table where what kind of action is user is performing is saved in that particular table. This is not any big deal. All the production apps tracks this particular data, but you will understand that there is something beyond CRUD and it will be good for learning. Now you know all about CRUD and what's beyond it, that is all the algorithms and logging middleware. Now it's time for you to go and build it out. That's it for this video, guys. And if you like these kind of videos, don't forget to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and see you soon in next video. Bye bye.